So, what is the one skill, the single most important skill that's at the heart of every single success you'll ever have, whether it's in your career or just your day-to-day life? Well, today we are going to break down the art and the science behind communication. But first, I want you to really take a second and think about it. If you had to boil down every single achievement, every successful deal, every great relationship, what's the one thing they all have in common? What is the real engine that drives all success? Yep, it's communication. It seems almost too simple, right? But this one word is the absolute key to building relationships. It's the foundation of all those soft skills that you hear about, the skills that truly set people apart in any job, in any field. Okay, but here's the trap we all fall into. We think we know what communication is. We do it all day, every day. But to actually get great at it, to master it, we have to start with a really clear, rock-solid definition. At its most basic, this is what we're talking about. It's about getting an idea from my head into your head. But, and this is the important part, we have to end up with a shared understanding. If we don't get to that common ground, it's not communication, it's just making noise. Now, what I love about this classic definition is how it really opens things up. See, it's not just about transferring dry facts and data. It's an exchange of ideas, of opinions, and, importantly, of emotions. It's a full, rich, and sometimes messy human interaction. So, to really get a handle on this, we need to understand the fundamental principles. You can think of them as the rules of the game for how communication actually works. Let's dig into its core characteristics. Let's run through these because they're super important. First off, communication is totally unavoidable. Even when you're sitting there silently, your body language, your expression, it's all sending a message. Second, it's always a two-way exchange, a constant back and forth. Third, it's a process. The meaning of something you say today depends on the conversation you had yesterday. Of course, you always have a sender and a receiver, and the message can be verbal or completely nonverbal. But here it is, the number one rule. It's only successful when you achieve a shared meaning, when the other person gets the message exactly the way you meant it. All right, so we know the rules. Now let's pop the hood and look at the engine itself. We're going to build out the entire communication process one piece at a time so you can see exactly how it works. Every single time, it all starts with the sender. You might also hear them called the encoder. This is the person who gets a thought or an idea and makes the decision to share it. Their job is to package it up and send it out. So that sender creates a message. This is the actual information being sent. But then it has to get to the receiver, and their job is to decode it, to unpack it. And, it's right there in that decoding process that things can so easily get lost in translation. Now, this message doesn't just magically appear. It has to travel through a channel. That's just the medium you use to send it. Are you talking face-to-face? Are you on a phone call? Is it an email, a text? And this is a huge decision point, because choosing the wrong channel can doom your message before it even arrives. And finally, we get to the part that makes it a conversation, feedback. This is how the receiver responds. It's what closes the loop. It could be a spoken answer, an email reply, or something as simple as a nod or a smile. And don't forget, getting no response at all, that is also a very powerful form of feedback. So there we have it, our whole communication loop. But wait, there's one more layer. It's like this invisible bubble that surrounds the entire exchange. The whole thing happens inside a specific context. And honestly, this can be the single biggest reason why communication works, or why it fails spectacularly. And this context has 4 layers. Think about it. There's the physical context. Are you asking for a raise in your boss's office or at a noisy restaurant? Totally different vibe. There's the social context. Is this your boss of 10 years or a brand new manager? The chronological context. Are you asking at 9 a.m. Monday morning or 4:45 p.m. on a Friday? And of course, the cultural context. Your shared background, your language, your age. Every single one of these layers completely changes the game. So you might be thinking, okay, why did we just break this down into so many tiny pieces? It's a fair question, because understanding all these individual parts isn't just for a textbook. It's the practical, hands-on key to becoming a truly great communicator. I want you to start thinking of these 6 elements as your personal communication toolkit. Every time you open your mouth or write an email, you are managing your role as the sender, you're crafting a message, choosing a channel, thinking about your receiver, watching for feedback, and doing it all within a specific context.
When you can consciously and skillfully manage each of these pieces, that's when you go from just talking at people to actually connecting with them. And that is the real foundation of success in anything you want to do. So I'll leave you with this to think about. In our world of texting and email and Slack and social media, which one of those channels do you think causes the absolute most misinterpretation and misunderstanding? And more importantly, why?